Welcome back, everybody, to episode 2 of Forbidden Memoirs. And this is going to be the retro flashback edition, in where I do everything I did in episode 1, but with a different memory card, and hope it works. So, let's just get this ball rolling. If you haven't seen the first episode, I highly suggest just going to watch that, because I'm going to go through this as fast as I possibly can at this point. So, of course, once I get into the duels, once I get through the deck resets and get into the duels, I'll give you some more scoopage, of course. You know, it's not going to be boring. But, you know, go watch the first ep. Go watch the first ep. First ep was like a pilot. Now this is a real first step. So yes, Forbidden Memoirs, the series in which I play Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. And one of the memes about my series titles is I like to have like alliterations or puns or rhymes. You know, like I just like that kind of stuff. And so the thing with this is it's called Forbidden Memoirs because memoir is like a word that's very similar to memory. And I'm also going to be kind of doing this series in a memoir fashion. Like, this is going to have a lot of retrospective. There's going to be a lot of shit, you know, to talk about. Because this game means a lot to me. I played it a lot. And you know, it's been a long time since I played it. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to reset the console and ensure that the memory card functions. Because I just picked a memory card out of my, like, random memory card stuff. So, okay. Yeah, the thing that sucks is that I do another series called Let Us Play, which you may be familiar with. I do a series called Let Us Play, which you may be familiar with. And in that series, I had a save file running for Chocobo's Dungeon 2 and Muppet Race Mania. But, okay, so it's still on fast, but those save files are gone now. And that really sucks. That really sucks. That's, you know, that's shitty. But, Muppet Race Mania is not a huge deal. I hadn't done terribly, like, you know, much yet. But, Chocobo's Dungeon 2, I was making progress in, like, the post-game and stuff, so that sucks. But I'll talk more about that later. And, so now I just wanted to make sure that the memory card worked. Again, that was super weird. I've never seen anything like that. Like, just, I guess, like, these memory cards are old as hell, right? So, like, I guess that's just what it was. Like, they were also unofficial, like, imported from China, memory cards. So they weren't that good, quality-wise. And a few other ones have bit the dust already. Actually, fun fact, I got these memory cards. I got like 10 memory cards when I was doing the speedrun for this game that got a lot of people really upset at me. I bought like 10 memory cards that were super cheap, you know, because at this point I didn't have a job. This is back when streaming wasn't lucrative for me yet. And so I didn't have a job. I didn't make money on streams. So I got like a $10 donation. And I found these bundles of memory cards from China. They were like 70 cents a pop, so I just bought 10 of them. And, you know, a lot of them have busted over the years. But this one I've been using for a while, and I guess just like saving something new onto it just completely destroyed it, and that's unfortunate. But right now I found an actually official PlayStation memory card from my memory card bin, which I actually found with relative ease. I'm actually impressed at the speed in which I found this memory card. It only took me like 5 minutes. Because I kind of knew what I was looking for, because I had seen it not too long ago. So yeah, so we're good to go, hopefully. Again, I mean, we'll see. I hope this doesn't happen again. But, yeah, I mean, go back and watch the first step. I'm sorry about the inconvenience. I think it's funny. I think the funny factor, like the idea that this game is cursed, right? Because again, it's been a long time since I played this game, so the idea that the game is cursed is pretty funny. Yeah. So this is Forbidden Memoirs, the series in which I play Forbidden Memories. And again, I'm just doing deck resets. I'm going to do this series with the assumption that you've watched every episode previous, so I'm going to try not to repeat myself too much. But I am doing deck resets. Right there, I did a little bit of a skip. There's a fade in on the main menu, like the overworld menu, like where you see like the 3D models of everything. And if you navigate and click on a building before the fade in is finished fading in, there's no fade out. It just does like a hard cut. So it saves like maybe a second. So if you're fast enough, it'll work. So I just did that there. Usually I haven't been trying, but at this point I'm just trying to get a deck and oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh lord. I hate when that the game is cursed, dude. The game is fucking cursed. The game is fucking cursed. I swear to God, this game is fucking cursed. Dude, this game is fucking cursed. Why does that happen? I don't know. I know how to fix it. I just mute the audio and unmute the audio, and that fixes it for some reason, but wow, the game is fucking cursed. Like God is trying to tell me something. I think maybe I'm a believer now. This is fucked up shit. Just trying to rearrange my tripod a bit. But yeah, again, there's 5 equip cards that you can get. Beast Fangs, let me see if I remember them all. Invigoration, Dragon Treasure, Dark Energy, and there's one more that I just can't fucking for the life of me remember. It's a weird one. It's a weird one. It's a weird one. What is it though? I'll know it when I see it. It's one of those things where it's like, I'll know it if I see it. If I see it, I'll go like, right, that's it. But I can't for the fucking life of me figure it out right now. I know it's a weird one, like one you wouldn't expect to work on twin-headed, if I remember correctly. Also, I was accidentally scrolling through there because I was holding the controller a little awkwardly. What is it? Oh, I got Beast Fangs, so no dragon this deck though. That really sucks. Because that was like a big bonus that I got a dragon in my previous deck, so that sucks. But we'll save. Alright, so again, I'm just going to go through, I'm going to try to power through to... By the way, deck resets only took 8 minutes that time. I'm going to try to power through what I did in the previous episode, and we'll get through a little bit quicker. I had a little bit quicker of a deck reset session. So, you know, we'll probably get to that by the end of this video, and hopefully everything will be where it should be by the end. But welcome back to Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memoirs. Let's see if this deck is any good. I got a Cybersaurus right off the bat, which is nice. Machine plus any dinosaur is Cybersaurus, which is 1800, not too bad. And then you can attach Beast Fangs to this guy, so that's a good first play. I didn't look at much of the deck, so I don't know what kind of materials in here. I usually just look for dragons because they appear at the top of the filter. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. The previous deck, though, was certainly better. It had a dragon in it, and dragons are super versatile. And it's also something for good preparation for the end game, because you want to kind of slowly convert all of your monsters to dragons over time. But yeah, we're in the meat of it. It's time. Again, I hope you all enjoy this series. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this. I'm planning on trying to beat the game today. It's only 1:18 p.m. as of this recording. I'm gonna try to do this whole series in one day. And again, if it plays well on YouTube, I'll do some follow-ups for sure of other gameplay styles, and you know, provide some more lore for you. But we'll see. We'll see. You know, this could totally flop and only like 10 people click on these videos for the fuck knows. But you tell me. Ancient Jar, that's a good drop. S rank with Ancient Jar, I'll take it. So again, I'm gonna battle all 3 of these villagers. If you want to hear the voice acting I was doing, I did that in the first episode. Go watch the first episode. There's no reason to watch episode 2 instead of like episode 1, right? Like, sure, I technically reset the game, but that doesn't really matter. Alright, we have at least 1 female, which is kind of weird to refer to them as a female when they're like a fucking 3-year-old elf, but it still works for Mystical Sand. It still fucking works, right? Why not? Ooh! Torike, 1200 attack power singularly. That's not too bad for the early game. This deck might actually have some meat to it. Which I don't like because I'm a vegetarian. I've been a vegetarian for about 5 weeks now, actually. As of yesterday, 5 weeks. It's one of those things where I'm starting to lose count, so it's just like a thing about me now. It's pretty fun, actually. I forgot, yeah, that doesn't do anything. Why did I think that did anything? Still enough attack power, though. Yeah, so let me talk more about my relationship with this game and the relationship that this game has to my crippling marijuana addiction. When I first started getting high, and you know, this might sound a little cringy, so I suggest turning the video off. But I had never really done any drugs until I was like 20, because I was a loser and I had no friends. And then I made friends, and I started having someone who would give me weed, and I started playing this game every day, and I would get really high. And it was an interesting moment because this was also during the cryptocurrency boom. Queen's Double is a female, by the way, so I can throw that in. It was during the cryptocurrency boom, so I would sit down, get really, really fucked up, and then like play this game all day while trading cryptocurrency in my other window. And it was certainly a lot of fun. And I'm kind of seeing if I can recreate that feeling in a way. Because that was fun stuff. That was fun. I was making a lot of money on fucking XRP. Making, getting some good Yu-Gi-Oh cards. You know, it was a good day. Now, after a few months, of course, you know, things started to make a turn for the worse, but it was fun while it lasted. So yeah, you know, when I was playing this game a lot, I didn't drink coffee. I didn't like caffeine. You know, I thought it was okay. I was at that time, actually, that I'm thinking of, like late 2017. This would have been when I was doing that mint shit, which was really fucking funny. That was really funny stuff. I'll give you some more lore about that later, but I wasn't really into caffeine. But now I'm drinking coffee every day, and I'm gonna load up on coffee for this this video series. Keep me alert, keep me talking, makes it more interesting. The brain is working. It's just a good synergy. Very into that kind of stuff. Yeah, there's a little bit of lore for you. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where this game means a lot to me. I played it a lot as a kid. I love Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Is one of my favorite things ever. I love PlayStation games. I love speedrunning. This game is like, you know, like if you were to have like the multi-Venn diagram, like not just 2 circles, but like maybe 3 or 4, this game would be like the perfect interlocking of all my various niche, like, hobbies. It's PS1. I can speedrun it. I played it as a kid. It's Yu-Gi-Oh! It's mystical. It's got a lot of RNG to it, which for some reason I'm attracted to. I like games that are very random. It's just got every little thing that I love about everything in it, and it's perfect. Supporter in the Shadows? I don't think that's a good one. You won! Alright, so we are almost to... This is the last duel, and then I go through some of the cutscenes. And then we'll get to dueling Seto, which was where I kind of got fucked last time, so... Yeah, that's Stone Ghost, right? Yeah, no, that's Minimushi, right? I was like, is that? No, it's not. My brain's a little fucked up, and it's been like a year or so. I'm just gonna say it's probably been like a year since I played this game. But yeah, anyway, we're good. Flame Cerberus. What's actually really funny is that it's called Flame Cerberus on the card art. Like the little text there. I'm gonna do a 3D battle just for fun. Again, this is one of the most extensive games, and it's just got that mystical feeling about it. It's like you have all these 3D models, all these attack and defense animations, you got the epic music, and like, no one ever really does this, because it's just kind of a waste of time. But the music is super badass. Some of the monsters, model-wise, are pretty garbage, but some of them are great. Like, look at this. Look at the Flame Cerberus just fucking using the fucking triple meteor shower fireball thing. Like, that is awesome. It's a well-detailed model, too. Like, for PS1, this is not bad. This is the thing about this game, is it's just got all these elements to it that are just absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I can't even. Words, again, do not exist that accurately describe how great I find this game, and again, it's just that perfect intersection, right? I'm gonna check some messages right quick. Alright, no one needs me. They're all just blogging about what they're doing today. Like, if you're gonna send someone a message, don't say like, hey, I woke up, here's a picture of my dog. Like, come on, like, you gotta beg for me, you know, if you want me to respond. Because otherwise, I'm just gonna continue recording videos. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Alright, so, hopefully this memory card doesn't shit the bed next time I save. And then we'll be good to go. A rank, by the way. I'll describe more about the ranking system in a little bit. Got last sip of my first cup of coffee. I love the music here as well. So the way that you skip text in this game is by holding square and then mashing X. Holding square is kind of like a turbo like thing, but it's really slow actually. So you don't want to just hold square, but that will auto mash, but it's just slow. So holding square and then mashing X on top of it basically just fills in the gaps. So it's like a slow turbo fire, but going faster than usual. So, let's go see what Seto has to say. So now we're all caught up, everything's fine, this deck's not looking too shabby, so...
Jeez, who does that mage think he is anyway? I gotta admit though, that guy was real tough. Wait, Woofer, how about a game until that guy comes back?
Alright.
Alright, let's do it. I may have lost the last game, but I ain't lost my touch.
Silly Jono? Silly Jono? Oh yeah, these fuckers. Right, okay. Let me get these shitty bugs out of my deck. Again, bugs are terrible for fusions. Also, I got an itchy nose. So my apologies. Alright, so Dig Beak, just for reference, is a fake beast. It does not function properly as a beast. But it does fuse with some stuff. I think you can make Garvis with that fucker, but we'll talk about Garvis another day. Another thing is I also have the Japanese and the PAL version of this game. Versions, I should say. So that could potentially be other content if people do want a Series 2, so to speak. Ugh. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. This should be really fun. Hopefully it's already fun. I'm hoping that this is fucking good for you, as good as it is for you for me, as it is for me. Because again, I'm really just ever so slightly with each solitary second that passes by, just getting more and more, like sliding more into it, you know, like just getting in there. Because again, I haven't done this in at least a year, I would say. I'd have to look, but it's been at least since August, which is, you know, close to a year. But then it was a while since then as well. And I'm really just feeling it. I'm in such a good headspace right now. Playing one of my favorite games. Couldn't get any better. Secretarian of Secrets. The thing I love about Yu-Gi-Oh! Is just the card names are all just brilliant, and the artwork is just oof.
Jeez, Woofer, you whipped me! You know, you were good. Do me a favor and beat that mage, will ya? There he is. He's back. Look at that. He's got his own groupies. Do me a favor and pummel that guy. I don't know what to say. Do it, Woofer!
I do not know how good you are, but I hope you will entertain me. I will have you know that I enjoy a good game. Do not disappoint me. Yeah, Secretarian of Secrets ain't bad. It's definitely better than, like, Wretched Ghost of the Attic, for sure. God, this game is fucking beautiful. I'm feeling really good. Alright, so this is Seto 1. It's got the fucking Seto music, which there are 3 different fights for Seto, and they all have the same music. So this, whenever you're doing Seto 1, it's like a low impact, like, not that big of a deal, but also still really fucking epic kind of version of, like the end game, one of the final bosses. So we'll hope for the best here. Queen of the Autumn Leaves, not to be confused with Queen of the Forest, a unique chess piece in Path of Exile. I got the worst RNG. Guy of the Fierce Knight, the hardest shit to deal with. Well, so I'll explain a little bit more about how the decks function, but basically, Ushi Oni, are you kidding me? I need Flame Cerberus? Actually, no, I don't. It's Jupiter. Well, this is a wild duel. This is why equip cards are vital. Alright, so the way the decks work are the only amount of cards you can have in a deck is, I believe, 40. You can't have 41, you can't have 39, you can't have anything. It's got to be 40. Just like how the hands are always 5 cards. So, when you run out of cards, you lose. That's one thing. But each AI has a deck pool of maybe about 60, 70 cards. And that deck pool is weighted. So, like, for example, Seto 1 will not always have Guy of the Fierce Knight. That's not a thing that's guaranteed. The deck pool has Guy of the Fierce Knight, but it doesn't always throw that in there. So I got unlucky there, but I managed to turn it around because I know how to play this game. But the thing is, his deck pool could have given him 2 Guy of the Fierce Knights. So I could have gotten double fucked there, but I didn't, thankfully, but I could have gotten. Another thing is, the AI has a very strict way of playing the game. So one thing is, when the board is completely empty. That gives the AI the ability to fuse, and that makes it far more weighted that they will fuse. For generally, if you control the field, that is, if they've got nothing on the field and you've got something on the field, they will usually 99.9% of the time, in fact, it might be 100%, but it's at least 99% of the time where they will set a card in defense mode. They will play a monster and set it into defense mode, and that's usually what they do if you control the field. So the whole idea is field control. Like, the AI works in such a specific way that, like, that's part of the fun for this game, is if you can at least control the field, you're good to go. I cannot believe I lost! These are the Neolibs in fucking November, by the way. But wait a moment. You are... I see. Enough! That is all for today. I have a feeling our paths will cross elsewhere. Till then, I bid you farewell.
You did it, Woof! You did it, Woofer! Did you see the look on his face? You were great!
Woofer, you're just too good. I bid you farewell. What a loser. Woofer, well, no. What? You still got some time?
Alright, so basically,
Yeah, we'll come around again anytime. We'll be here.
so that's basically the prologue. The next part is the end of the prologue, and then shooting into the future. And that's what I'm going to begin the next video on. So for here, I'm going to just kind of do a little bit of a few free duels and show you what free duel is all about. And I say that as I click on build deck because I'm a fucking moron. So at any point in the campaign, you can return to title, and then you've got these other menus: free duel, build deck, library, which has the best song in the game. You can just, oh, this shit's my jam. But yeah, so you got the library where you can see all the cards in the game, and then you go to free duel, and you can duel any opponent. Right, just anyone you want, you can duel, and it's just pretty cool. Duel Master K is someone that has your exact deck, but they play like AI. And another thing that I should say is about the deck pool and everything. One thing that this game does, it literally cheats. It literally, and I say this with complete sincerity, it literally cheats. So one thing is, the AI can use their entire deck as their hand at any given time. So all 40 cards are visible to them all the time, and it's bizarre. It literally cheats. So you'll see in a lot of situations, like that's why like Seto played Gaia the Fierce Knight, the strongest card they could possibly play. They played it first because that's the strongest card in their hand, which is their whole deck, so they played it first. So that's the way Duel Master K works. It's kind of like basically the whole idea is that it teaches you how to play the game. It tells you what fusions and stuff you can make. If the AI fuses, it'll tell you like, oh, that's in my deck, I can do that. And so it's pretty cool. It's a cool feature for sure. Another thing about this game, though, are that when you kill opponents, when you get a win, you get a card that is part of a drop pool, which I'll explain that later. And then you get star chips based on your rank. And the star chips you get go into a star chip pool, which you can use with the password system, the little codes in the bottom of the Yu-Gi-Oh cards, the in-person real Yu-Gi-Oh cards. You can punch them in, and then you can see them, and they cost a certain amount of star chips. So I'm going to be doing that, and you can only do this once per card. So I'm going to be doing that a few times. So that's the whole point of the farming, is really you can maybe get something good out of the drop pool, and then also you get star chips, which you can put toward like kind of just, you know, you can kind of just have a list of cards. And I do have a list of cards that I'm going to get. Rocco Grogrodo, by the way, is super interesting as a drop from Duel Master K. I usually don't fight Duel Master K. But yeah, so I'm going to do like probably this duel, and then I'll peace out. So, one thing... No, yeah, you can S rank this guy. the drop pool changes from S rank to A rank, and I'll explain this again probably in the next episode. The drop pool changes from S rank to S rank and A rank. POW. POW means you used a lot of power versus S or A rank Tech, which means you're very technical. Those are different drop pools. And then you have B, C, D, POW, or Tech, and that's one singular drop pool. So there's 3 total drop pools. SA Tech, which is a hard-ass fucking rank to get, because it requires playing a lot of magic cards, which are very rare to get, have like a more interesting drop pool. Like, that's where the rarest shit in the game will be. SA POW, really, you can get a lot of good monster cards. And then BCD, you can get magic cards, you can get monster cards. It's just kind of like a free-for-all, a random shit. But the problem is, like, there's specific fuckers that you want to farm because the drop pool is BCD for the best stuff, right? But then whenever you kill them, you don't get that many star chips. That's like something to factor in. But yeah, so I'd like to thank you for watching this the second episode of Forbidden Memoirs. And again, we're going to get back into the swing of things here. The next episode's going to be, of course, making progress. So that's good to go. But I hope you enjoyed. This is for sure. This is going to be a fun-ass series. I'm looking forward to this. And if you're new here, you're going to learn a lot about the lore. A lot of lore. But yeah, I will see you in the next step. Thank you for watching. And hopefully the curse does not inflict any harm upon me this time.